Episode 33 of Digimon Adventure 2020 sees Kari play a sacrificial role in this attempted resurrection of Millenniummon, the series' big bad, and it ultimately gives viewers an introduction to Tailmon, or Gatomon for English dub fans. Lots to dissect from this episode, but just a friendly reminder first to please consider subscribing to the channel if you're new or you haven't already. Nobody likes this part, but the last 2 Sundays I actually asked for your subscription in the video, not just in the little bio thing, and those 2 days were the biggest subscriber days for this channel ever, so it's a little awkward, but it really does seem to work and it really helps the channel grow. We just crossed 5,000 subscribers, which thank you by the way, that was so awesome. Okay, episode 33 time. Where to begin? A group of Gatomon, this creepy little alien Digimon, which is an ultimate, they're watching Skullknightmon and Kari through a crystal and are also lore dumping a bit about Millenniummon for us viewers. They explain that the resurrection of Millenniummon will require the data of a Digimon, in this case Skullknightmon, combined with one of the chosen children, Kari. This seems to have been the plan all along since Skullknightmon captured Kari all those episodes ago. We don't really know if it had to be Kari or if any DigiDestined would do the trick, but we learned that Kari went along willingly with this plan because she sensed that going along with this would lead her to that voice that called her to the digital world in the first place. They get surprisingly far into the ritual with DarkKnightMon and Kari being covered in this dark aura. There are these really creepy shots of Kari with her eyes glowing like a dark DigiDestined before she's ultimately swallowed by darkness with this weird smile on her face. Taichi tried grabbing her before she went in, but she wouldn't reach out her hand. Once inside the darkness, Kari is guided towards a light she believes is what called her here. It was a little unclear to me if this was supposed to be inside DarkKnightMon or this kind of dark dimension or what. I have to say I had a lot of confusion throughout this episode between the Gatomon's looking glass crystal and this dark area. I don't know if the show did the best job explaining things this week. It looks like DarkKnightMon was not a dark digivolution of Gatomon, but rather Gatomon was inside DarkKnightMon, or maybe not if that dark dimension wasn't inside DarkKnightMon. Either way, one thing's for sure, it's now confirmed Dark Maildramon was not secretly Gatomon. That was a popular theory for weeks now, and we can put that to bed. So Taichi and Agumon charged towards the ritual grounds, eventually summoning WarGreymon. There was a cool new addition to the WarGreymon evolution that I caught this week, which included Taichi kind of kicking it off. I thought that was pretty slick. People were joking last week that they don't understand how TK survived Pegasusmon's spin attack. Well, if you thought that was bad, imagine Tai's motion sickness after that brave tornado. Yikes. Kari makes it to the Digimon that called her. Interestingly, it seems like Tailmon spawns out of the ring in this animation. I wonder if that will play a significant role later or if I'm just overthinking that, but it did catch my eye. Once Kari grabs Tailmon, the timing couldn't be better because WarGreymon breaks through and Tai is able to pull Kari out of this dark zone. She explains that she went along with Skullknightmon all this time because she could trust that Tai would have her back. DarkKnightMon starts to break apart, and without the DigiDestined, the ritual is a flop. The Gatomon basically say, we'll get him next time. I'm really interested by this. I want to know what that means. Again, does it have to be Kari, or are they going to be willing to try the sacrifice with Mimi, Joe, Matt, and what Digimon will they use now that DarkKnightMon is seemingly done for? Really curious about this because it seems like the show has now cemented that a DigiDestined sacrifice is mandatory for Millenniummon's return. That was kind of the big takeaway for me this week. Let me know in the comments who you think that sacrifice could be. Will they add a new DigiDestined like a Rio or like a Ken Ichijoji? Will one of the existing cast members betray the team, or will Millenniummon find a way to return without a human sacrifice? This episode was a good time, but if I had to vocalize an issue, I think it's really starting to weigh on me how deprioritized the other members of the team are. I'm pretty fortunate enough that Tai is one of my favorite characters, so I'm getting a lot of Tai action, but let's say your favorite character in all of Digimon was Joe. I'd be pretty upset that he's just been absent for 6 weeks. The way that Digimon pushed him back into the onsen, it was like the writers just saying, yeah, you're sitting this one out, kid. I think we really need to get the cast back together, or at the very least, let the kids do something while they're separated. Joe's been bathing for 6 weeks now, so personally, I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on this one. Not my favorite episode ever, but I'm also not mad or disappointed or anything like that. Let me know what you think. If I'm way off and you disagree with what I said or you felt similar, I want to know. Looks like we'll see how this Kari Gatomon mini arc wraps up in 1 or 2 more episodes, so we can better judge the whole thing once it's concluded. Until next week, remember to subscribe. Thanks for helping this channel cross 5,000 followers, and take it easy.